What's up, YouTube? My name is Carlos Austin, and I just want to give y'all a brief summary of how I started my box truck business. I know it's a lot of scammers out there, and a lot of people can make you overconfident, and a lot of people can kill your dreams. But I meet you in the middle because I'm telling you now, if you want to get into the box truck industry, you gotta have some money behind you. Don't get out here with your last and try to start a company. Uh, I want to shout out to some content creators that I've watched that have helped me make the right decisions. Mark the Mentor, the Box Truck Couple, Ant, Box Truck Ant, um, and it's more. I just can't think of all of them right now. But yeah. So if you want to get into this, do your due diligence. You can never do too much research. Research, 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 research. I do it all day, even though I'm in it right now. It's We don't know everything. It's so much you can learn. So my story is I just came home from federal prison. I done 12 and a half years in prison, 6 months in the halfway house, and I started my company maybe 3 months after I got out the halfway house. You know, I'm from a small town called Alta Vista, Virginia. Um, you know, I wasn't in prison for no crazy shit. I drugs and guns. I'm a hustler. But now I gotta flip the hustle, man. But the switch still on. The switch ain't off, man. It don't ever go off, man. So really, other than making sure, if you want to get into the box truck business, because this video is for anybody that's trying to be an entrepreneur and make a way to feed him or her and their family. It's like I said, it's a lot of videos out there and everything. I don't know how authentic they are, but the people that I named, the content creators, they pretty authentic in my book. I took steps that I paid attention to, and so I didn't make mistakes that I see a lot of people making to start their company. So I went to the halfway house when I got out of prison. I already had a couple dollars. You know, oh shit! I don't even know how to flip this camera around. I've been locked up so long. I don't even know how to fully work this iPhone. But where is it? Oh, there it is. I came home to $23,334.45. But anywho, you gotta know how to delay gratification. So I came home to this money and went to the halfway house. And I met a lot of people in there that was just not in reality. One thing I learned about life, money, and everything, you got to be real with yourself, man. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And when you trying to act like you got it and you don't got it, you just pushing yourself either further back. So when I got there, I seen people with nothing that was begging for money from their families, and they didn't want to work. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about me. So what I did was, within a week to 10 days, I had a job making $13.50 an hour in a warehouse. And I'm a workhorse when it comes to the money. that was my only means of getting money at the time. So I done what I do. You know, I got a hell of a work ethic, man. And when it comes to that money, anything's gonna bring that money in. I got a hell of a work ethic, hustle, whatever you want to call it. So um, I worked all the overtime I could get. The my boss knew my story, and he liked my work ethic. So any overtime that was on the table, he gave it to me. But without overtime, a nigga was making maybe 470. If I get a lot of overtime, my checks might be 750. But I'm working. I'm talking about like 50, man, 55, 56 hours a week to get that little $700. You know, so but I'm so humble that I didn't care, because what else am I doing? Go back to the halfway house and sit all day, you know? So yeah. So I got out of the halfway house November the 25th. And I pushed my bag a little further while I was there. You know, I still had, I still got responsibilities out here. So, you know, um, done a little shopping. Don't go overboard. You know, you gotta know when to make that spending money come to a cease when it ain't enough money coming in. You know, but if you a hustler, you understand, because a hustler gonna know, man. You gotta know how to delay gratification, man. You know, I don't care who you are, what you do for a living, or how much money you make. You gotta know how to delay gratification in the beginning of anything, because as fast as that money coming in, as fast as that money can be going out. You know, so I preach delayed gratification, right? And I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm gonna work my ass off to get it. You know, so anybody, I know there's a lot of people listening to it, and they feel me knocking. You know what I'm saying? That's just and when you a hustler, that's it. We ain't doing no faking for the bag. We gonna really gonna get it, and we gonna put up more than what we spend. You know. So anyhow, this is about starting a box truck business. So I'm just gonna get the steps of what I done. Okay, so I had enough money to start my own. I could have bought my truck outright, but we know that today's time, credit is king. You know, as my dad said, not from no racist standpoint, but if you can't go to the white man and get no money, then you fucked up. So I piggybacked off of someone. For my last 5 years, I was locked up, so I came out with my credit score like 770. You know, but when I went to like I said, Mark the Mentor, and man, I'm trying to think of this other content creator. It's not Kurt. I'm gonna think of his name, but go to a credit union. So what is what I done? I moved all my money out of one account, and I put it into a credit union. I left it in there for like a month or two. I go in there and I tell them I want a business loan. I'm trying to apply for a business loan. So they hooked me up with the loan lady. Her name is Indiana. Shout out to her, because she helped. She had just got that position, even though she'd been banking for years. I'm the first loan that she closed, and it was my first loan. So it was a couple obstacles I had to get over, being that I didn't have no work history. Really, only thing I had for leverage is I had a lot of money, not a lot, but 20 some thousand in my checking account, and I had good credit. Couple other little obstacles I had to get over, but we got it done, and she helped me. She helped me through the whole thing. I thank her. I think anybody that has helped me since I've been home, it's not a lot of people, but and No offense to nobody. It's just, this is the world. I don't expect no help. I feel better doing it by myself. But yeah. So I was approved up to $30,000 for the vehicle that I wanted. Um, I found the vehicle and that I wanted. It's a Hino box truck 2012 um, with 153,000 miles on it. Yeah. So I paid 22,000 for that. And goes back to when I say you got to keep your expenses low, your fixed expenses. That is your insurance, primarily your insurance and your truck payment, because those are bills that's not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Gas and all of that stuff. That can fluctuate, but for the most part, your fixed is what it. What's your set payment for that truck and that insurance. So I man, when I be watching these videos, I be hearing some people, they be renting truck, and this is nothing against you, because you gotta do what you gotta do. But some people renting trucks, man, they paying $500, $600, $700 a week just to rent the truck. Got a call. Let me block this. I don't know, Harrisburg. I don't know who this is. Okay, yeah. So people are paying $500 or $600 a week to rent a truck. So that's putting you at maybe $2,500 a month just to rent the truck. Some people's insurance are $2,000, $2,500 a month, and I know everybody expecting me to get out and go back to the streets, right? But I got my mind made up. I'm done with that. But I feel like God, man, He really set everything in place for me. All right, my truck payment is 400 and I got it somewhere. You gotta keep all your paperwork, everything that got to do with your business, all receipts. It's for, I know I'm gonna have to dig down in here to find it. It's for 36. That's what it is. It's $436 a month for my truck payment. Of course, when people rent, though, they can if something happened to their truck, they can take it back to the renter and they will fix it. And that's just it. If something happened to my truck, I gotta cash out. But the way I see it is $436 a month buying, if you do it the right way. Because some people will go and just be so thirsty to get a truck, they will not look at the interest rates. And like I said, the truck was $22,000 at the end of it when I pay it off in 60 months, which I'm gonna pay it off before then. But I will only be paying $26,000, so it's only $4,000 interest on that $22,000. Okay, so yeah, but I got to fix everything. But the way I see it is, if it'll even out. I would still rather buy my truck than rent. But that's no offense to nobody that rents. When you rent, you got some pressure on your back, because $500-$600 a week you gotta pay just to rent it. But that's just me. I'm telling you my story, what I done. Okay, now we go to insurance. My insurance payment is $950 a month. And for anybody that has done their research, I mean, if you haven't done your research, you're like, God damn, you paid $900. But that's minute, really, to what some people pay. I met some people because this is only my second week. I'm probably about to go out tomorrow, but some people are really out here paying $2,000 a month for insurance, and I think mine is so low because I'm from a small town. I'm not from a big city. So from my research, it's saying that you more likely to have an accident in those big cities or whatever. I don't know. Thank you God that my insurance is only $950 a month. So for commercial insurance, um, yeah. So you got to keep your fixed expenses down. So for anybody that's trying to get into this, have you some money put back for anything that may come your way. Make sure if you go the rental route, I can't really tell you nothing about that. But if you got a little money and you want to get into this, um, go through a credit union. If it's Navy, Federal, they always gonna be better than a bank. A bank they gonna kick you in the ass to get that money. Interest rates gonna be high, payments gonna be high, all of that. So, oh yeah, and insurance. Do your research on insurance. Doing my research, I found out it's better to go through a broker, and that's what I did. I think that's another reason why my insurance is lower, because if you just Progressive is really the only people that give you commercial insurance starting off. They'll really give it to anybody. So, um, go to a broker first and let them shop around the best deal, because the insurance company is not gonna play with the broker like they gonna play with just the common folk that's calling for insurance. All right. Um. Yeah. Like I said, delayed gratification. Hey, listen, I ain't got it figured out. This is my second week, about to be going my third week out. I run OTR. I don't. I'm chasing. Like I said, I got a big appetite, so I'm chasing the bag. Local work. If I can find some local contracts, maybe a year away, that's cool. But as of right now, I'm OTR. If you don't know what OTR means, that's over the road. So I go from state to state, picking up and delivering. You know, uh, I may have went too far ahead of myself. It's nothing to set up an LLC, and I'm not about to sit here and really run that whole thing down to you, because you can simply Google it and figure out everything you need to figure out about starting an LLC. I went through LegalZoom. No, I went through Zen Business, and I had my LLC within 10 days. I think I paid like $400 because it had all type of little packages I could add with it. Um, Another important thing, you have to have your authority, uh, your DOT number and your MC number. Your MC number allows you to cross state lines, and you only need a driver's license for this, because in box trucks, anything over 26,000 pounds, you got to have a CDL license. You know, so I don't haul nothing over 26,000 pounds. My truck is My truck weighs 16,500 pounds. So I try to keep it around like 9,000 pounds. It's the much freight I will put on there. I don't put no more than $9,000 worth of freight on there. So really, to get your authority, that's actually not as hard as one would think. You just gotta apply yourself. Um, that's $300. That's cheap. I ain't gonna say cheap, but if you're trying to get into this, it should be cheap to you. That's just we gonna get all that back. We gonna get all that back. Maybe in the first month or two, you do good if you really go out there and hit the road. You go to the FMCSA to get that. And again, um, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you step by step how to do it, because nobody taught me step by step. If you really want to get into this, you got to do your due diligence, or it is some stuff on YouTube where they break this stuff down, but you can find it. I'm just I'm just here, just fucking around, telling my story, man, celebrating my accomplishments. Um, and I wear my accomplishments. Uh, I keep them close to my chest. I don't brag. I'm not posting on social media or anything like that, because at the end of the day, nobody cares. Everybody got their own life. Anything, motherfucker hating on you. But anyway, um, yeah. Is there anything else I need to talk about? It's a lot I can talk about, but like my brain is because I'm thinking about so much other stuff right now. Um, yeah, my dad drove trucks for 20 some years, so the last 2 weeks he's been riding with me, and okay, I can get down to kind of some math on this. You know, my fixed expenses are low, being insurance and payment, truck payment. Um, so I don't have as much pressure on my back as somebody that, and this is a real story. Somebody may be renting a truck and their insurance is, well, their truck payment to rent the truck could be maybe $600 a week. That's $2,400 a month. Uh, the insurance may be 15 or 16 to $2,000. So a person can be $4,000 worth of overhead. That's not even including gas, you know. So I'm thankful for that. That for the content creators that I watch that help me navigate through the best way to come into it. Uh, you know, the money, I would consider myself. People make me feel like I'm taking cheap freight. I haul through C.H. Robinson and TQL. But like I said, I'm so humble, man, that I didn't come into this thinking I was gonna make $200,000 or $300,000 my first year. I'm very realistic in my goals. You know, the plus for me is I ain't throwing bricks at the penitentiary no more, and I am making money. You know, if you want to know how much a new authority can make, a lot of things come into that when you on the road. See, you like I said, you gotta delay gratification, and you gotta know really how to do that math in your head. I buy hotel rooms every night. Cause my pops be with me. If it wasn't him, if he wasn't with me, I would probably sleep in my truck sometime. But I haven't slept in my truck yet. So that's like $90 to $100 a day. Buying those hotel rooms, and you gotta eat. Fuel that comes out of the load that you haul. But last week I profited $2,000. You know, and that's nothing in the big world, but I see the growth and potential for that. That was only my second week going out. Oh yeah, I want to shout out my dispatcher too, Shantae. New York chick living in Atlanta. You know, got another phone call. I don't know who you are calling from Texas. Yeah, so my shout out to my dispatcher, man. I'm never stuck. She get me in places, get me out of places. We working good together. Eventually, I want to take on dispatching myself, because I'm not just in this for the moment. No, I want to buy another truck, and as I said, my father is experienced. And who the fuck keep calling me? Yeah, my father is experienced. So I'm gonna buy another truck, maybe by the end of this year, or maybe the beginning of next year, and I'm gonna put him in that truck. Oh yeah, new authorities. I got to talk about the money, but I'm not talking about the new authorities. New authorities, you're gonna have a hard time. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna say. I take that back. You will have to haul cheap freight. being the well, if you got new authority, these brokers can look up your MC number and they will see that you only been in business or you only had your authority for a month. And the way I judge it is, say if somebody that had their authority, their MC is aged, they've had it for a year or two, right? They will get a higher rate than me because it's all a leverage game. And I understand it. That's why you just got to be realistic with this. These people need their product to move from point A to point B. Why should they trust me? I just started. So they don't know if I'm gonna crash. They don't know if I'm gonna be on time. They don't know anything. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working through to build up my leverage. I'm on my next load will be my ninth load. In the last 2 weeks. So I've been hitting the road, man. I've been doing it. I'm getting it done. And so what some people consider cheap freight, I don't know what to consider it because I'm just now getting into this industry. So I can't say it's cheap freight. All I know is I profited $2,000 last week. After gas, hotel rooms, and all of that. So and there's a lot of people on YouTube and they are complaining about people taking cheap freight. But if I can afford to do it, because my fixed income is low, you can't be mad at me. It's a hustle, man. Everything I do when it comes to money, I translate back to the streets because that's where I start getting money from first. I look at this shit, every aspect of what I do now, I translate it to the streets when it comes to that money. So it's really 1 + 1 = 2, man. What you putting into it, what you getting out of it, day by day, week by week, month by month. Your fixed income. I mean, not your fixed income, but your fixed expenses, your fuel, all that's like you just reading up. Okay, I read up what I'm gonna make back. The money gotta turn over. The money gotta flip. So it's really common math. It's really not rocket science. But the new authority, I ain't had no problem getting no loads. It's just me coming in the way I came in to where my now if I would have got a rental truck or I had some high ass truck payment and on top of that with high ass insurance, it would be different. But my fixed cost for the month is what, $13.50 or something like that. So that's cheap in this industry. What I'm saying? I'm very blessed. And I gotta thank those content creators from me watching their videos and doing my due diligence. And I'm still trying to think of this guy's name. Anyway, but yeah, I've had no problem finding loads. My dispatcher finding me loads, and it's the first 3 months they always say it's hard, but I wouldn't say it's hard. Like I said, I'm always gonna go back to that fixed cost, your insurance and your truck payment. Gas is gonna be gas, the same for everybody. Oh yeah, get your fuel cards. Your fuel cards are, I factor with OTR Solutions. Factor is when these brokers pay, it take maybe 30 to 45 days for them to pay you. But what the factoring company does is they'll take maybe 4% off of your load, which I'm not petty. So I feel like there's nothing for me to not have to wait 30 or 45 days to get my money, and I get my money in 24 hours. It's like this. They on time, right? And they also offer fuel cards. So you might go to get some diesel fuel, and like I say, I pay attention to every sign I go by when it comes to the diesel. And like I said, it could be $4, $4.30, it could be $3.80. But one thing I see about them fuel cards, when that sign is saying $4, OTR Solutions fuel card, you might get it for $360. You might get it for $340. So you got to get your fuel cards, you know. And like I say, shout out to OTR Solutions. They done me right, you know. So I ain't had no problems out of them, you know. There's all kind of tricks and trades to this. I'm learning. I'm steady learning. I'm steady growing. I'm grounded. I'm humble. I know I don't know everything, you know, but yeah. Anybody that's trying to do this, do your due diligence. You know, I pay a dispatcher fee, 10% off of my load. So say if I book a load, well, my dispatcher booked me a load for $1,500, I gotta give her $150. Again, I'm not petty. She's working to find that load for me so I can drive and do what I need to do on the road, and I don't have to be stopping, looking at my phone and everything. She's doing everything for me. So shout out to her, Shantae. Like I said, the most loads I've done is for TQL, Total Quality Logistics. Like I said, everybody say they got cheap freight. I wouldn't know because I just started. You know, I could see why people would say they got cheap freight when their fixed expenses are so high. You know, but hopefully it go back up so I can get a taste of what that expensive freight is like. But yeah. What else? As you can see, I'm just rambling, man. I know it's a lot of information out there, and I'm just giving it to you in the raw. Especially if you a new authority, because I'm a new authority. My MC number is, I went active April the 16th. So what? I'm like, today is the 29th. So I'm like a month and a half. I'm a month and a half on my authority, and everybody preached that after your first 90 days, a lot of brokers are more likely to deal with you, and I'm looking forward to all of that, man. I'm looking forward to it. Like, to come out of prison from doing, you might as well say 13 years, including the halfway house, and I really don't take time to really sit back on what I've done. And you know, my mother, she tells me, you know, I'm doing good, which I know I am, but I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm a go-getter, so that's what I do. I found another grind, and I'm gonna make it work, just like I make anything work, you know. But now that I'm here talking to y'all, coming home and you see people just stuck in the same vicious cycle. A lot of them ain't got shit. A lot of them faking. And I ain't never gonna fall in that category, you know. I don't deal with a lot of people, you know. So I mean, a lot of people looking at this, man. You can it touch on a lot of subjects, you know. I ain't got no resentment against anybody. I'm just doing me, you know. A lot of people like, damn, man, Low Sync, you know, Low Sync, I ain't seen him and I ain't do this. Man, I ain't got time for that shit, man. I'm 37. I went to prison when I was 24. I'm 37. I ain't got time for that shit, man. Man, you better be trying to get you a bag and take care of your motherfucking kids and the people that love you, man. Man, your ass will get left behind out here. See, while people are looking for today, I'm looking for 5 years from now. You know, and I think that's a good hustler, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers can make the money, but you ain't got no money. You ain't got no money, you doing something wrong. You fucked up in the game. You know? And I'm so humble, the shit I feel like, man, this shit is peanuts compared to what I want, man. This shit is peanuts. This shit ain't nothing. That's why I'm prepared to work so hard and go so hard, man, and really keep stacking this bread, man, because I want to get so far ahead and put that separation on niggas, man, that, you know, I'm going to do that shit too, man. I'm going to do that shit, man. You know, it's just sacrifices you got to make, you know. And like I said, this shit it's about box truck. It's about starting a box truck business, but it's also just about life, about I can buy every pair of Jordans that come out. I got a 72 Chevelle, you know. I'm gonna eventually, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm gonna eventually do everything I wanna do to it. But now ain't the time. You gotta push that bag forward, man. So nigga can sit back and relax. You know, people ask me, man, you ain't done this, that to you. Man, fuck that car. That car ain't going nowhere. That car don't make me. I make the car. It'll sit right there until I'm ready to fuck with it. I ain't trying to impress nobody. You know, so this is just, if somebody come across this video that just needs some advice, man, how to get ahead, man, delayed gratification, man. You gotta know how to say no to shit, man. I seen a pair of Jordans that came out 2 or 3 days ago. I wanted them, could have got them. Wouldn't have been no sweat at all, but fuck that shit, man. Cause all them hundreds, them 50s, them 10s, them 20s, and them dollars, that shit add up, and that shit does matter. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't want to get out here and fall into a false illusion, man, that you know, you got to have this and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna be fly, you know, but you know, you just gotta spend accordingly, man. You know, I just stay to myself. I got a couple people I deal with. Shout out to my man, A Plus, my brother. You know, my man Chuck. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, there's other people, you know, that I deal with. But really, after that, man, I kind of cut the deck, man. You know what I'm saying? I see you when I see you. If I don't see you, I ain't losing no sleep. I actually sleep better now. You know, we speak, we don't speak, you know, but I don't wish no ill will on nobody, man. It's just this shit right here. This point of the video was just, man, it's just life, man. Move forward with your shit. A lot of people talk their shit, but they ain't practicing it. And I really practice it. I stand on it. Um, it's damn near fuck a nigga, man. You know. And a lot of time people need to get that mentality. You know, sometimes God is not gonna let you get to that next level if you got that fucked up energy around you. You know what I'm saying? My niggas I deal with, I never cross them, and I pray they don't cross me, because when I came out of prison, I'm not dealing with that many people, and man, you can't be loyal to everybody. If you run around with 50 niggas, you can't be loyal to everybody, man. So I got my picks, man. I'm loyal to the bone to them. You know what I'm saying? Especially my man Plus, man. Only nigga outside my family I stayed in steady contact with my whole bid, man. You know what I'm saying? I do anything for him. If I got it, he got it. You know what I'm saying? That's how he treated me when I was behind that wall. You know, but you know, everybody, man, just, man, get on your shit, man. It ain't too late, man. And as I say, I'm humble. I ain't done shit really yet, but I know what I'm about to do. You know what I'm saying? And if my hustle is behind it and my work ethic, I ain't gonna lose. I'm gonna say that now. I'm claiming that. I ain't gonna lose, man. I ain't gonna lose, man. I'm starting to really look at what I have done thus far in less than 6 months from doing basically 13 years in prison. You know, niggas done been out here for years and they ain't got no motion. You know, this is just a motivation. This shit is just motivation, man. You know what I'm saying? So, man, if you're watching me, man, listen to me and and turn up, man. Turn up them plans. Make them moves. Stack that bread. Uh, get niggas out your circle that don't need to be there, or remove yourself from them circles. You know what I'm saying? We all our own man, or we all our own women, man. If you're a female, a lot of times, man, we know what to do, we just don't do it. A lot of times, you know a motherfucker ain't shit, but you continue to deal with them, man. This 2024, man. Push that shit to the side, man, and take care of shit that need to be done. I'm gonna have more box truck content coming. I'm gonna have to put the camera on my pops, man, cause he a trip and a half. On some of these loads that I'm dropping, uh, posting the rate cons, for you guys that really want to get into the space, and you may be thinking, like I said, it's always a dream killer, somebody that's telling you can't do this, or what you ain't gonna make. I'm gonna show you in real time. Like, I'm not trying to sell nothing, to you, whoever watching this. But I would like to grow my channel, but if not, it don't matter to me. I just see everybody else doing it. Maybe somebody might take a liking to me and wanna watch my journey in this, But I will be posting content about the loads, the places I'm going. As of so far, I done been New Jersey, Philly, North Carolina, South Carolina, Baltimore, Tampa, Florida, Pensacola, Florida, Jacksonville, Florida, Atlanta, Indiana, Chicago. I've been a bunch of places, man. You know what I'm saying? Just them 2 weeks, So I will be putting content on here with that. Introduce y'all to my pops. Like I said, he's a trip and a half. You know what I'm saying? I believe YouTube like him. We argue like a motherfucker, but hey, is my daddy's child. You know what I'm saying? So we be clashing. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like me and him creating memories, being that I've been gone for so long. Yeah, I think this logistics and transportation industry, I think it is my calling. And I'm gonna work my ass off. Man. Y'all make sure y'all do the same. Work your ass off. Don't nobody give a fuck about your knee hurting, your back hurting, your neck hurting. Don't nobody give a fuck about if you just got out of prison, ain't nobody done nothing for you, this, that, and the third. Hey, man, you can always change your circumstances. When I was in prison, of course, my family sent me money, but they ain't sent me all that. You know what I'm saying? I was in that bitch hustling. I was cutting hair. I was motherfucking stealing out the kitchen, coming back selling it in the unit. I was a runner for the ticket, man. Yeah, a runner. How much that shit pay? What, all I just gotta pass these tickets out and collect the bets? How much I'm gonna make? $150 on Saturday, $150 on Sunday? Man, shit, let me get that. See, niggas be trying to act like they more than what they is. You had niggas that had less than me that felt like they was too good to do this shit. Niggas fuck their own self up, man, when it comes to that money, man. If you don't got it, you don't got it. And you're not gonna get it acting like you got it when you don't got it. Humble yourself. All that money add up, man. $1 million ain't just $1 million. You gotta get to $1 million from $1. One go all the way to 1,000,000. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, anybody listening to me, that was a jewel right there, man. If you don't got it, don't act like you don't. If you don't got it, don't act like you got it, because you ain't gonna never get it. You ain't gonna never have it, because you too busy faking. You know what I'm saying? When you get nice shit, man, let your hard work afford that to you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got $500 don't mean you gotta go spend $500. You know, you know what I'm saying? You gotta tightrope, man. You gotta make everything make sense, man. Cause that's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? It's been working for me. You know, um, but yeah, that's it, man. Just be about your business, man. I don't give a fuck when it come to saving. If you gotta start from $50, let that shit tack on. Cause if you don't, you ain't gonna never know what you can do. You ain't gonna never know any of them plans that you got. All that shit take money. All that shit take money. Ain't nobody gonna give you a motherfucking thing, man. And I knew that when I was in prison. That's why I lived beneath my means in prison. Now I had everything I needed, but I was tight. You can't just, that's why I was able to, hold on to a little bit I had and tack on to it. I could have had more than that, but like I said, I like to live a little, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I did bad, you know. And I done sold some drugs in there too now. I was hustling, man, but you don't put a dollar beneath you, man. When you trying to get it, you really gotta tap in and niggas just stop faking, man. I promise you, if you stop faking, your life will get better. If you keep faking, you're gonna be exactly where your ass is at, on the bottom. And you know what I'm gonna do? I ain't gonna go like this to help you up. See, life done taught me. I'm gonna take these J's and I'm gonna stomp on your motherfucking ass, kick you, and leave you down. Cause that's where you need to be. Most of you. But yeah. So everybody push yourself up, man. Ain't nobody gonna do it for you. Cause the terminology I just made, I'm gonna stomp on your neck. I mean, most motherfuckers deserve it, but let me take that back. If I know somebody genuine, I ain't gonna stomp on them. You know what I'm saying? But 8 niggas out of 10, or women too, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I know you some shit. So yeah, man, that's a jewel right there, man. I don't know if nobody broke it down the way I broke it down, but stop faking, man. You will get further. Delay gratification. Be real with yourself, and stop trying to show off for these bitches. You know what I'm saying? And man, you will get, if you down, you'll bounce back. But you ain't gonna bounce back when you faking, boy. You got to know how to you gotta reel it in, man. Sit at home for a while. All them 50s and 100s you spending, man, that shit supposed to be stacking, man. You know what I'm saying? When you got that mentality, 9 times out of 10, you can fight your way out of whatever you're going through financially. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go for real now, man. I mean, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna have more coming about the box truck business in my journey. I can't speak for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be speaking on me and my journey, and I promise you, it's gonna be raw, and it ain't gonna be no filter. Let me share this with you. So, and I'm gonna let you go. My truck, I paid $22,000 for. It's a 2012 Hino 338. It had 153,000 miles on it. Okay, now the truck came from upstate New York, so it had some rust issue. It passed inspection and everything. That wasn't a problem. But what I'm gonna do is everything that I see that got a little rust on it, I'm gonna replace it slowly but surely. But for example, why you need money when you get out here, don't get out here on your last dime, because when we dropped off in Chicago and we was coming through Indiana, my pops dropped me off at the hotel to book the room, and he went to get something to eat. And when he come back, I'm watching him through the window. I'm like, what the fuck is he driving so slow for? So when I go outside to make sure everything all right, I see like a trail, a liquid trail. So my truck is beeping on the inside when you turn the ignition on, and the uh, brake line had busted. But I got to fix it next morning by the grace of God. We were way out there in the boonies too. White dude was cool as hell. He fixed got me up and running. That shit was 500. Uh, Last week when I came back, I realized that my carrier bearing. If you're not a mechanic, you don't know what that is, but it's a piece under the trailer. It only costs $160. Matter of fact, I'm getting that replaced right now. He should be done by the time I get over there. But so I can pick my truck up. So yeah, man, like, you know, it's gonna be little unexpected expenses and stuff like that, man, that you just, but it come with it. You know, that shit come with it, man. When you trying to be a business owner or something like that, everything gotta come out your pocket, you know. But yeah, that's I just want to share that with y'all because I do want to share everything. You know what I'm saying? Not just what's good, what's bad. And I don't even look at those two things as being bad. You know what I'm saying? It just come with business. Like I said, I always gonna go back to selling drugs when it comes to making money. I look at those little expenses I had to make for the 500 for the brake line, whatever. If this is 500 or 600 for my carrier bearing, uh, after his labor, you know, because the piece ain't but like 160. But even if his labor is 500 or 600, hey man, it's just like the police got behind you. You had to throw some dope out the window, man. Somehow you done took a loss, a nigga that ran off on you. You know how shit be. But yeah, man, I'm not even mad about it or nothing, man. It's just we hustling, man. You gotta keep hustling. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be alright though. I know God got me because my intentions are pure, you know, and I done a 360 to how I used to be, and I know God gonna open more doors for me, and I'm looking forward to that, you know. But yeah, I'm really gone right now. Just be on the lookout for more. Gone.